Hi, Susan from Susan's Art and Junk Journaling. Before I get to my next Wing It project, I wanted to talk to you guys about this glue. I don't know if you guys have seen it or you've tried it. What appealed to me is I saw somebody working on a junk journal with the E6000 that's got tips like this on it. Those? Have you guys tried this? It took me forever to find it, and I finally found it in Michael's. But what I didn't realize, the top, oops, sorry, this is biting me. So this is the cap. After you open it and use it, you want to close it. So this is the closing cap, this black part. I don't know if I want to touch this yet. I used this tip, but on the back of the package, here in the directions, for future easy cap removal, apply a thin coat of petroleum jelly to the threads. Okay. But once you're done using it for that particular project, you don't reuse it. You take it off and throw it out. And that just seems so wasteful to me that they don't have a cover that goes over this so that you can reuse the tip. So this is probably wrong that I did this, but I've got this hand sanitizer that's got, it's kind of a jelly hand sanitizer that I put in here, and then I immediately put the tip in the jelly hand sanitizer. Then I took a paper clip and just kept shoving the hand sanitizer through the tip. Just kept pushing it and pushing it, submersing it, pushing it through the tip, submersing it. Okay, you get the point. And after I felt that what was coming out was the hand sanitizer, I went to my sink and I rinsed it out. And the water came flowing through the silver part, so I'm hoping I can reuse this. But if you guys have this system and you're using it, tell me what you do to the tip to preserve it so that you don't have to throw it out. That just seems so wasteful. I also chose to get some of this Gorilla Super Glue because it does have a lid, you know, like this would be perfect if there was a lid like that for this one. I like this. It's expensive though, but you can recap it. There's like a needle inside there that goes inside the super glue that protects it. But the reason why I wanted glue like this is because the project that I'm choosing to do. This video is going to look kind of dark because if I put my ring light down, see how it reflects? I'm wanting to make playing card hidden paper clips. But when I did my prototype with this one and folded it down and put the paper clip on, I ended up having to use the big paper clips because these particular cards I got from Menards. They were $3 a box, and they're at the checkout counter. Menards is Lowe's, Home Depot. It's not everywhere across the country, but Menards is in Illinois. I really wanted to use the small paper clips. I chose, when I make these, I want this to show on the bottom. That's why I've only folded it down this far. Using the big paper clip is going to give me a nice big area here that I can put a dangle on or some ribbons. When I tried this very first prototype on this paper, it, look at how it just slides right off. It's too slippery. put that there, and there, that holds a little better. And the reason why I've got these glues, I glued paper to the inside of all of these. This one's the super glue. The rest of these are the E6000. I'm hoping that when I fold these down, this project might not work, but I'm going to give it a try. I have to score that a little bit better. Let me get my, I've got my bone folder. These are such thick cards. Oh my goodness. But they look cool. I like this gold. So I'm going to take and fold these all down. I'm only going to fold them up to the edge of here. Like on all of these, I want this part to show. That's why I only put that much paper on there. Oh, you know, I think I might have to abandon this project, but I've started it. I am going to finish it. So at least it'll give you an idea. I was going to use these gorgeous vintage. Look at this pack, hasn't even been opened. This is Caspari playing cards. I got them from a nursing home boutique. There's an assisted living nursing home in town that's so big it's got its own boutique. Maybe I better try it with just regular cardboard playing cards versus these thick plastic cards. But since I've started this, I'm going to go ahead and finish it so you can see how it turns out. I chose to use my little paper clips because I have so much more of those anyway. I've got them all placed with just a little bit on the top. I'm going to take just a drop of this super glue to glue it onto, oh, I guess I'm supposed to squeeze the side, just to keep it in place. According to the package instructions for this super glue, 1 drop per square inch. I guess it's just a tad bit overkill, but there's 2 arms to these. So how are you guys doing? Hope you're having fun with your crafts. I don't know if I'm going to start doing Christmas ephemera. I just, like I said in a previous video, I just can't bring myself to do it. You guys can. I'm just can't get in the mood for it. I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to put some kind of a paper on top of that. I want to cover these with something. I'm deciding how big I want my paper to be. I'm figuring at the most 3 centimeters on that side and 4 centimeters on that side. So approximately 7 centimeters of paper. The reason I'm using centimeters is it's awful hard to, so I guess about 1 inch on that side, and about oh, that glue, and 1.5 inches on this side. So 2.5 inches or 7 centimeters. I'll cut this and I'll glue it on top. no, I've got super glue on my finger. Oh no. Acetone to the rescue. To determine how far I'm going to fold these over, just take my paper like that and just fold it over. I'll go through and fold these all where I want them. Then I will make just the tiniest little slit right here to slip over the paper clip. I'll do it with this one. I can even just cut just the tiniest bit right there. And I'm trying to glue my fingers together again. Oh, I'm not liking this glue. Ho, 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 ho. There, like that. I'm choosing a different faux. I'm using the Beacon 3-in-1. I call it faux. I can't stand the smell of this. That's why I was looking for alternative glues. I'm sensitive to chemical smells. I don't know if you are. I'll go through and glue all of these on. I want to add something else to the back of this as well. The only embellishment I didn't need to paper clip was a magazine vase that I fussy tore. I don't like to fussy cut, so I fussy tear. That's the only one that I didn't need to put clothespins on. One of my previous videos, I had gone through previous greeting cards that I had received and used hole punches to create a whole bunch of embellishments, but they're thick because they're cardstock. When I glued them onto the backs of these, I decided I'm going to put clothespins on all of them, and then paid attention to the 100 facing up. So on this one, the 100 was facing, yeah, they were both facing this way. I love this card. Look at that glitter. Oh, that way. And this is, I think, one of the few Christmas cutouts that I've got. It's an old Peanuts Christmas card. And I had this flower cut out. I thought I'd glue that on as well. And then this one's going this way. For these three, I found some small die cuts. It's still that same package of die cuts I've been using for the past number of months. I'll glue those three on for this one, these three. And then on this side, I've got lace that I cut out. I'm going to put on, and I'm going to use this book again. I've used this in a previous video. I'll go through and fussy cut some of the flowers. I only need 3, so I might use this one, use this one. I'll go through and cut some flowers out of this for the ones on the left. I've got the die cuts and the fussy cuts glued on. After I'm content with how these are all nice and dry, I'll go back and either put a dangle on these, or some lace or some ribbon, and the final video will be the reveal. I'm going to use this journal to attach the hidden paper clips. Since this was yellow, I thought the bird was yellow, I'd use yellow. I'll do the left sides first. This had kind of a pinky flower here, so I did just the white and the pink together. This is kind of a contrast. I just like that blue ribbon. There's two things that I learned with this project. These gold cards are very thick and don't bend very well. So if I were to do it again, I would use just regular cheap playing cards. Let's see, it's got something on that side. This one, I just chose a cream and a gold ribbon. This one, I doubled up a couple of white ribbons. I chose not to do anything heavy because these, in theory, work really good. You just need to put something thick in. So if I, like I said, if I were to do it again, I'd use a thinner playing card. But it works fine when you've actually got something in it. And here's the last one. I just chose pink ribbon on it. So 2 lessons. Use thinner, oh, that's a small page. Use thinner playing cards. And I'll show you what the next lesson is. The next lesson is make sure you've got your acetone handy when you glue your fingers together. Thank you so much for watching today. I appreciate you if you're a subscriber. If not, I would appreciate it if you could subscribe and comment on which one of these was the best and what you think about this project if it was a fail. Bye. I figured out way too late how to make this as not a fail. Let me see. I will show you what I could have done. Let's see. Now, if I would have cut this all the way across, taking my super glue, because this is such a shiny surface, to have just taken a tiny little bead across here. Yeah, I could have even turned it that way and glued that on. This would have been a better way of doing it. That's a lesson learned. Okay, I am happy. I wish I would have figured that out 6 cards ago. But thanks again for watching, guys. How I'm going back and fixing my previous ones. I've got my X-Acto knife, and I've gone through, and at the very top of these, I've gone through and just, can't get that in there, cut it on the way into there, cut it on the way into there. Then I'll peel this back up, put super glue here, peel that up, put super glue there. So I'll go through and fix these real quick. I wanted to show you that I've got them fixed. Now they stay on. They're not loose anymore. Now that I've cut the edges, it's not curved like that anymore. It's tight like that. Here's the new one. I went through and glued on little gems. This one you can't see. I did a clear one and you really can't see that one. They're on finally. Cute little gems on them. There. I saved the fail.